HelloRadio.
Hello.
Motion control.
Okay.
Alright, so in this video we're checking out the HelloRadio V16 from a company called HelloRadioSky, or I think they're also known as HelloRadioRC. And as you saw in the intro of the video, this radio has two features, at least, that the RadioMaster TX16S does not have. It has voice control and it has a built-in gyro, and you can, as you saw, you could actually fly a plane or a drone with the built-in gyro with just motion control. I'll explain that a little bit later in the video. Before we get to the fun stuff, we'll talk about the radio, what it comes with, all that good jazz. So here's the outer box. Comes with a foam case, pretty standard. Comes with a like a neck strap and USB-C charging cable. Got a spare set of springs and an Allen wrench. This is the back cover. I have a multi-protocol module installed in the back. Here's the quick start guide. It's not a full manual. It does show, let me just show you really quickly some of the voice controls that are in here. So I'm not going to demonstrate all of them. These are all programmable. And then the one voice control that isn't shown in the quick start guide is the motion control. And you have to turn it on. It's not on by default. It's very customizable. It's using a custom firmware build of EdgeTX 2.10 something, specifically built for this radio. And a lot of these features will be fully supported in EdgeTX pretty soon. I'm not sure when. You'll have to ask the EdgeTX developers. The firmware that's in here does, as I showed, support the built-in 6-axis gyro and accelerometer, and has a voice control. There's a microphone here, and you can program voice commands. So my understanding is that this radio was built or created by this new company, and the person that founded it was, I guess, someone that used to work for RadioMaster. I'm not 100% sure. These are rumors. You know, obviously, I think in China they don't have like these non-compete agreements, I guess, that they do in the US. Oftentimes, if like a lead designer or someone that's working for a company that's important, they'll, say like the lead designer for Apple, they'll sign a non-compete agreement so that they can't go and start another Apple. Well, apparently they don't do that in China, because that happens a lot, where people leave like a company like RadioMaster or Jumper and they go off and start another company that does the same products. And this is essentially, I wouldn't say it's a copy. It's very similar to the TX16S. Not sure why they went with the big radio. Obviously, because it has a lot of features. It's got all the same stuff. So it's got the 4.3-inch color touchscreen. You got the scroll wheel, the buttons. There's 3 versions of this radio, like a standard, a pro, and the max. This is the max, and it does come with the metal Hall sensor gimbals. And these come with these LED lights, and you can see that it changes. These are programmable, so based on which input's being used, and then they're programmable by these LEDs up here, or these buttons. You can change it here. So if you want everything just be blue, you can do that, or you can just go, rainbow mode, etc. So then, of course, these are all programmable in your Lewis script, very highly customizable. I believe the RadioMaster TX16S Max does not come with the LEDs pre-built in. You have to add that yourself. If you get the Max version, this one, the LEDs are included. I mean, it's very similar. Like, these got these same 6 buttons up here, but there's a little curve over here. These are swaps, so T5 is on this side and T6 is on this side on the RadioMaster, and it's at an angle on this radio, but it's straight up and down, I think, on the RadioMaster. These buttons are straight across, and these are at an angle. And then these buttons here are a lot bigger on this version of the radio. On the RadioMaster, they're kind of tiny. Also, in the Max version, these are all metal. These buttons here, as well as the scroll wheel, and they match the color of the gimbal. These are plastic, and the scroll wheel is metal, but it doesn't match. On Banggood, they have a black version of the gimbals for the Max version and a red version of the gimbals. They sent me the gold version. Don't know why. Maybe I'll check AliExpress, but there's possibly other colors. I didn't get the full lowdown and everything. The little metal accent pieces here for the switches are the same color. They're gold. I believe the red and the black will match as well. And let's just see here. I think all these switches are the same. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, momentary, 3, and this is a 2-position switch over here. Got your dials, S1, S2, and your sliders here with a centering detent. The plastic here feels the same as the standard TX16S. I mean, I'm not going to do a full teardown of this video. If you want to see the insides and the guts of this one, see how it's built, let me know in the comments below. And if there are enough people that are interested in that, I will post it to my second channel, but not going to do it for this video. You got your branding on this here. This is just kind of plastic. It's not grippy at all. It's kind of actually slippery. And then on the back, you got another plastic grip with these sort of finger here, I guess finger position placeholders. And you can see, yeah, I mean, I can grip it pretty nice. It's not that, it's pretty solid. I don't feel it's going to slip, but I mean, I don't know. You might wonder if the RadioMaster parts might fit here. I'm not sure. They might. The neck holder position here, there's 2 of them here as well. It's metal. The handle does not fold like it does in the Max. It's fixed. Got the same JR bay here in the back here using the RadioMaster multi-protocol module. This comes with a big battery tray, and they did send this battery. This was included. I don't think it's included if you buy it. This is probably a separate purchase, and I'm not sure if these are 18650s or 21700s. They're pretty big. They might be 21700s, but the bay is really large. There's a 2S balance port lead right there. It's kind of hard to see. That's where it's plugged in. Like typically for review units, they send the battery, but when you buy it, you have to, that's usually a separate purchase, but I could be wrong. On the Banggood listing, it doesn't mention anything about the battery, so just keep that in mind. On the bottom here, it's pretty much the same kind of setup as RadioMaster does. You get a 512 megabyte micro SD card, and it's really big because there's all kinds of voice files and Lewis scripts and stuff that are stored on here. Got your UART connections here. This is the USB-C charge port. You get your headphone jack. And on top you have I think this is the trainer port. Yeah, trainer port and another USB-C. That's for connecting to your computer for data transfer and also simulator use. And then you've got this kind of whip antenna here, although on some of the photos and pre-production stuff I saw, it had like a folding antenna. So again, this might be early days in this one. I'm just showing you what they sent me. Things might be a little bit different. The power button here is not metal as well. It's also plastic. Overall, I'd say the build quality is pretty much in line with the first generation TX16S. Obviously, the RadioMaster, the TX16S Max, comes with different shell colors. They just feel a little bit better. These are supposed to be full metal gimbals, and they do appear to be, as far as I can tell. I don't see any plastic, at least on the outer part. We'll have to look on the inside. Again, if you want to see a teardown, let me know. But these are Hall sensor gimbals, of course, supposedly all metal. They feel a little bit lighter than the AGO1s, if you're wondering, like in terms of the spring tension and just like overall kind of feel. Like the AGO1 gimbals just feel kind of heavy. Some people like that. Some people like the lighter feel. I personally like the lighter feel myself. But if you want to switch out the tension, there's some holes back here to adjust the tension of the gimbals and using a screwdriver. The other thing worth mentioning is that they have like some kind of fancy voltage and current circuitry inside this model, where it will offer some additional protection for the radio itself and also the external module in case there's like voltage fluctuations, etc. I'm not sure if the RadioMaster stuff has that. They just mentioned that in their product page, so I thought I'd just share that. Something I didn't notice on the RadioMaster stuff. But as I showed you in the beginning of the video, it does have a gyro, and you can actually control the different axes. So the aileron, which is channel 1, elevator, and it's channel 2, and then you have throttle, which is you're going to still control it via the stick here. So if you're going to fly this, you have to set the throttle to what you want to actually be at to maintain altitude. So for example, on this plane, and then you initiate motion control. I'll show you how to do that. And then you can, once you do that, it'll basically lock out, basically the aileron, elevator, and aileron, elevator, and the rudder will be controlled by the gyros. So basically aileron is like this, rudder is like this, you twist it, and then elevator is like this. And if you touch any of the sticks, then the motion control will deactivate. So if things aren't going so well when you're trying to fly the plane with the radio like this, you just have to take over the sticks and it will deactivate that, and you can just fly normally like with the sticks. So not sure if I'm going to try this or not. I'm thinking about it. If you're interested in that, let me know, and I might post the video to my Patreon or my second channel. We'll see who responds. But in order to turn on the voice control, you have to go into the telemetry page here, and then it is down at the bottom, I believe, with the, it's in the kind of in the middle here. Anyway, go to this section called Speech Recognition Management, and it's obviously all the voice stuff is done via Lewis script, and you hit the power switch there, turn it on, and then we can go ahead and exit out of here, and you can see the channel monitor is active there, and you see like I'm moving around, nothing's happening, but you can clearly move it around like so with the sticks, but when I move the radio around, it doesn't move. So you have to activate the motion control via voice control by saying hello radio,
hello,
motion control.
Okay.
And now you can see the different channels are now active, and they will remain active until you move a stick, and then everything is canceled out. So that's basically how it works. There's obviously other types of commands for the voice control, so you can say hello radio,
hello,
telemetry,
okay,
hello radio,
hello,
model management,
okay,
hello radio,
hello,
channel monitor.
okay.
So, it's kind of gimmicky, I think, at this point. Obviously, it could be very powerful depending on how you program it. And I think it's going to be useful for those cases, especially for people that do FPV and you're under the goggles. Maybe you don't necessarily want to be fiddling around with the switches. Of course, there's people that have done that plenty of times, no problem. But of course, if you can use your voice, why not, right? You could do things like flaps and landing gear, etc., without having to flip a switch. You just have to program all that stuff ahead of time. That's pretty much it in terms of this radio. Build quality, at least on the external side, looks very similar to the original TX16S. The Max, I think, on the radio side, Radio Master side, is a little bit better, and just overall, the buttons are, at least these buttons here, they don't feel quite as nice as the Radio Master ones. The trim buttons and everything, the switches, they all feel the same. And as I mentioned the differences on the gimbal. Actually, that's getting pretty annoying, so I turned that off. And again, all of this stuff is programmable in the Lewis script, so I'm not going to deep dive into all that because I think a lot of this is going to change. Things are, I don't think they're finalized yet. So, and I believe this radio is not shipping until probably early October is what I'm understanding. So I'm just I guess you can call this more of a preview than a review because I haven't actually flown it yet, and other than the fact that I've shown you the motion control stuff. Quite honestly, I'm kind of scared to try it because I obviously you can just have your fingers on the sticks, you're ready to take over, but it's I think that if you're gonna do this on a plane or something like that, you're gonna probably want something with stability and like self-leveling, stuff like that, so that you can sort of bang the sticks, go crazy on the radio like this, and hopefully not drop it. Use the neck strap and fly it that way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Too gimmicky? Are these kind of big radios out? I kind of wish that they would have put the voice control stuff and the gyro stuff into a smaller radio. That's the first thing that's the first email I sent them, is like, oh, I like these features. Can you put them in something small, like a pocket, like a Radio Master pocket size radio? That's what I want, because you know me, I like the small radios. But yeah, if you want to see additional content, let me know down in the comment section below as to what it is you're interested in. That'll do it for this one. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.